Good evening to everybody. Thank you for joining me on Dissect this evening. Apparently, I'm rolling solo tonight, and I have two very beautiful. I have two. I have one beautiful guest and one partially thought out guest. In Nicole Georges and the man Sam George, who. So tonight we're gonna be talking about them and their program, Road to Redemption.
Exactly.
So, Nicole,
Oh, sorry.
you do not interrupt my intro ever again. That is just that's a no no. Seriously. All right. We're gonna be speaking to them about Road to Redemption and about themselves. So, first of all, seeing that she interjected prematurely, we would allow Miss George Jiz to run her show. You know what I'm saying? So, Nicole, go right ahead and tell the people about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be a guest here on
Uh
Dissect.
oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Oops, are we here?
Yeah, we here. We here. No.
All right. So I want to say thank you to you and Novelist for inviting me to be on Dissect. I'm really excited to be here. I do apologize for interrupting your intro. I thought you still had my microphone on mute. So, yeah, it's really wonderful to be here. And I'm very thrilled to be talking about Redemption Road.
All right.
So,
So before we go down that road, there, I would like you to just break down who Nicole Georges is for the people them.
mhm.
Sorry for my English, my poor Jamaican. And then after you break down who that is, we'll bring back in Sam, who is the manager of TDN, and then he'll go into who he is and what he does. All right.
All right,
So
sounds
go
like a
ahead, tell the
plan.
people about you. All right.
Sure. So, my name is Nicole Georges Bennett, and I am born, raised, and a proud Dominican from the Commonwealth of the nature island of Dominica. I have been living in Canada for a number of years now, but my heart belongs to Dominica. I have been in broadcast journalism for about 25 years, and I've worked at a number of different media houses in Dominica as well as up here in Toronto. And yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm an artist. Um, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I've been involved in a number of projects and different fields over the years. And I'm just really thrilled to have a chance to talk to you and to discuss some of these things with you.
All right. So information reaching me from NORAD is that Novelist should be joining in with us shortly. So I'm allowing him to join us in. But in the meantime and in between time, let me hop
Exactly.
on to you see I put him in the center, two of us, because I ugly, you good looking. So you had to put two good looking people close to each other. The ugly one goes to the side.
Oh, good.
So right
Talk about
about
searching
now,
for compliments.
uh okay. You know what I'm saying? So ladies and gentlemen, right now on the screen with me, you have the man Sam George, who is the manager of TDN TV, TDN Radio, and Life 101. So Sam, go ahead and introduce yourself, tell the people about you, what you do, and then we'll get into some nitty gritty stuff.
Well, as you say, my name is Sam George. I am, part of what I do is manage TDN network, which includes TDN Radio, TDN TV, which we are on right now, and Life 101 Radio, and so forth. And some of the things. I am a partner in a business owned by Free Dominicans called, well, yeah. So we leave that there for now. I won't call any names, but I'm also, say, an aspiring writer. And the main topic of tonight was my first chance at actually completing something that I have written and putting it out there for the public, which I am very, very proud of. And so, um, and of course, I'm from Dominica, originally from the greatest village in Dominica called Grand Fond. And and so, I spent a lot of time working I work in both the electronic, and the IT industries. So, you know, uh, I guess I have my hands, or I guess I can say I have all 10 fingers involved in something good. And of course, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. So, there's plenty to go around. So,
Nice, nice, nice. So, hopefully, there.
Hey.
Oh, oh,
finally,
oh, 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 oh. So okay. So now, please allow me to get Malka say for 2 seconds. I can hear you first of all. Second of all, so you was nervous earlier on. Your computer got nervous for you, and you had to run and get some a beverage. Yeah, it's
I had
okay
some
though.
rescuing to do. I
Rescue
had to go.
911 then.
No, I had to go to certain parts of the world and do some defreezing.
really,
Yo, really, you say, by the way, by the
so you
way,
missed my
by the way,
spit.
Ah,
by
I miss your state.
Yeah.
I miss my whole neighborhood. Way.
When
all
you
right.
when you told me you were moving, I thought you were moving to Texas.
I was trying to, but it looked
Actually, my
like
wife told me, ask him if he moving to Texas.
yeah. Well, that was the plan, But you see, everywhere cold, so I figure I might as well just stay where I am.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, folks. So, while we're here, novelist, we were just doing introductions. Since you
Yeah,
missed your
I've been following.
introduction,
I've been following. Don't
no,
worry,
since
I'm
you
right on
missed your
point.
introduction, feel free to introduce yourself.
Introduce myself.
Yes, introduce
Welcome to
yourself.
Dissect, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
We got Nicole, beautiful Miss Judges, and we got Sam Judge,
Yeah,
TDN's
man.
manager, and
Right,
TDN's manager. Period.
right. So now, we were so he we were just after we just did the intros, and we were just about to get into the meat of the matter,
Hmm.
the vibes like cartel, the boy. Let me see how I can put that. The Beth. That what we gonna get into there. So, any one of you, can you please tell us what exactly is Redemption Road? What is it? Why should I even worry about it in the first place?
Because it is written specifically for you, Giovanni.
Boy, I
Well.
like them firing answers.
Just know you
What?
get right into
What?
that.
Oh, oh. And you novelists that tell me behave myself, fellas, firing shots and not behave.
Well,
Eh?
no, well, you see, there's a thing called karma. They say what goes around comes around. Now, Sam
What?
has been paying attention from day one. So Sam know, you know what, Mister? You think it's a dragon? Let me show you the real fireman is. Yeah.
What happened? So what happened? He tried to sour on me there, man.
No, you not try.
All I say, I say that.
Anyway, no, but for real, Sam or Nicole, whoever wants to flip the coin, tell us about,
You
tell
go
us the
first.
general idea about Redemption Road. Or yeah, I don't want to get the name wrong because I've been getting it wrong all week. But yeah, Redemption Road. Tell us about it. Yeah.
So
So
who you want to go? Who do you want to go? You gotta,
I said
pinpoint
one.
to.
I said one or the other. You all have to argue among yourselves right
Well, I
now.
give my answer already, so let Nicole take it.
Redemption Road, in a nutshell, is a radio gospel drama. And what it's about, or I should say, the format is that typical radio style series that you would have heard back in the 60s and the 70s growing up in Dominica. So I don't know if you guys used to listen to, I think it's Green Gold, Secrets of La Croix. There have been some other radio drama series that used to air, like maybe on DBS back in the day.
Them fellas too
So
young for that, man.
yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know,
Wait, wait, wait. Well, I may not have listened to them things back in the days, but I do have experience with Christian radio, so I'm accustomed to things like Unshackled, Uncle Charlie, them
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing there.
Yeah.
So I understand
So
those kind of drama series. So that's exactly what Redemption Road is.
it's similar. I would say it's closer to the shows that I've mentioned before because this is a Dominican written, Dominican produced, Dominican acted show. Like those shows that I referenced, like Green Gold, which was I think was written and produced by Alwyn Bully. So he did, I think, the majority of radio serials back in that era. And over the years, of course, we've got all this influx of new media, and radio starts to kind of drop, as an official medium for most people to get their information and their entertainment. And the radio drama series just sort of died out. And like through the 80s, through the 90s, I don't think there was anything happening, especially on Dominican radio. So, I believe that the Holy Spirit put it into my heart to bring it back as a medium, and He gave me the story idea of Redemption Road, which starts with the fall of a disgraced pastor. So Felix Perriman lives in a fictional village in Dominica called Redemption, and he is the leader of Redemption Pentecostal. And when our story begins, he's having a personal crisis, and it just kind of all goes downhill for him from that point. And the whole series and the entire show is about his path back to redemption through Christ. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh, hold
With
on there
along the
now.
way, the people who, we also incorporate some of the villagers and
Yeah.
their experiences.
Right.
And some people get redemption before Pastor Perryman because he is such a great guy. He's just, an awesome guy, and he just has bad luck, getting caught. But
Okay.
it's a fun story, and it's while we say that, hey, even if you've done bad, you've done wrong things, there's still a path
All
to
right.
redemption.
Okay.
So
So
hold on, novelist. Before you even drop your bombs, because I know you have a trailer load of questions. Let me just take in a small little exit from the program so they can get an idea of what it sounds like. And then novelist, we go jump right back into your question, sir. Is that okay with you, sir?
yeah, man, let's go ahead, man.
All right, man, sir.
Yes? Come in.
Pastor Felix, may I come in?
Donna? You're so early this morning. 6:15 by my watch. What are you doing here? You know I like to work on my sermons in quiet.
Pastor, I really have to talk to you. I have to tell you something.
I always have time for you, Donna. Please sit down and tell me what's wrong.
You know, I asked you for time off so I could go into town last week. I didn't want to tell you, but I haven't been feeling so good, so I went to the doctor. I couldn't sleep all last night.
Donna, you're crying. Please, tell me what's wrong. Are you sick?
Oh, Pastor, I'm pregnant.
Eh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So hold on. Just to be clear, the first thing, and this is one of the first scenes from the
This is
program
scene one, episode one, beginning of the series.
series. The
Straight first 5 minutes.
The first 5 minutes, the first thing I hear is Pastor plug the person child.
That's not what you heard. What you heard was, Pastor, I am pregnant. You didn't hear who's responsible. All you heard was, I asked for time off and I am pregnant.
Right, but no, I take it in front like
So
nose
how you
and
come
says,
to that
Pastor.
Good question, Sam. How did you even come? How did that even come about,
Anyway,
my
that's not
brother?
my show, so I could be answering questions or asking them. So
No, it's not
So
that.
how you know it's not counseling she come for now?
yeah, exactly.
Nowhere you see that story there because I know some
Advice.
pastors. I know some
Oh
pastors
my
when they
God.
counseling, He's not Kong, but we'll leave that alone. Novelist, take over, please, before my
Yes,
Malagasy take over.
thank you, thank you very much. Yes. So, this question goes for any one of you guys. How difficult was it, getting that first crew together? Like trying to get. I don't know how much members is like on the first episode, but trying to figure out who you could get to play what role. How difficult was that?
Hmm.
Wow, this was back in 2018. So I think what we did is we kind of just looked right in the TDN universe
Right,
because we had so much talent like right there at our disposal, and everybody was excited about being able to do something theatrical because it was kind of outside of their wheelhouse.
right,
So, and then for most of the minor roles, Sam and I just split that up between the two of us.
right.
Yeah, seriously, we just disguise, just played around with levels and things like that and disguise our voices.
Okay,
But in terms of our core group, we just tapped on people we knew that had theatrical experience, radio experience, or who were just enthusiastic about the project.
right,
And yeah, I mean, I think God led us to the right people and they just kind of came together. And most of them have stayed with us for the last 4 years.
right,
So yeah, so we've added on to the cast as we've gone along, but we've got a core group that really are the life and blood of the show.
right,
So it wasn't, and I think as we have become more popular and people are hearing it and, really appreciating what we've done as a production, they
Mhm.
want to be a part of it. So
Right.
this year, I don't think I've probably only had like one person ever tell me no, and he shall forever remain Super L Levi Low Black, and he's the only one that ever told me no.
Excuse me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hold on. Nicole,
Yeah, yeah,
please,
your partner.
please, hold on. Please.
Yes,
I would
yes.
prefer that you refrain from mentioning such names on this
Hey,
program,
no,
please.
she can. The
I
lady,
said it
the
for
lady's
I said he
inside, bro.
was. I said
She stand
what?
correct.
What's the problem, man? What's the
Yeah,
problem,
she
man?
No,
stand
no,
Ain't
correct.
it?
no,
Anyway,
because no, listen to
Ain't
me,
it?
no, novelist.
Ain't it?
You know it's me that gonna get the backlash, novelist. I just say I protected myself early.
I'm just
No one
saying
called
that
anyone's name. What is? Yeah.
I'm
No
no,
being careful
protocol.
here.
no,
But it's
no.
my partner self.
Instruction.
Yeah, exactly, and mine too. And he has perfectly fantastic reasons for saying no at the time he approached him. But I'm just saying that everybody else has been very eager to be
right,
a part of the cast,
right,
Did it
and
involve not winning a Calypso Crown?
I expect fully that one day he will also see the light, and
Boy,
and will join this wonderful production.
right.
In it.
uh, let me say good night to
Me.
Mr. Alroy Brady. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for
That's
saying
Miss.
good
That's
evening.
that's Miss Boy, Miss Elroy Brady.
Sorry. I couldn't see the picture
Bobby.
properly. Forgive me for saying sir when it's supposed to be miss. It's not my fault. Nicole mentioned a name, and every time that name come in my brain, it just tie in my
Oh,
brain up.
God.
So,
On to the next one.
so you mentioned that it started with the core of TDN, and a lot of people, I guess, embraced it and wanted to be part of it. Two big names from Dominica that was on there on season 3 or season 2 and season 3 was Tanya Green and
Mhm.
Fadina Frampton. I guess maybe I guess this is for either one of you guys. Um, did they approach you guys, or did you approach them with this? Because Tanya Green is Tanya Green. Fadina Frampton is
For
Fadina Frampton.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we usually talk about who we would want to play a particular role. So sometimes, or most of the time, we write a scene or write roles and then think of who is going to play that role.
Right.
But for Dinah Frampton's role, Nicole wrote it specifically for her,
Mm,
with her in mind. Now with Tanya Green, I can't remember what we wrote. She wrote. We began writing, and then we talked about who is the best person to play it. I
right.
told Nicole, well, Tanya Green. So let's approach her. Let's ask her.
Right.
And she, right off the bat, was very enthusiastic. In fact, she was, she said she was honored to be asked.
Right.
We thinking that the honor is ours just
Mhm.
because of who she is,
Exactly.
and she first joined us in season 2, and Fodina joined us in season 3.
Right.
But they were both very excited and interested in playing their respective roles, and did an awesome job.
Right.
I think Fodina said she had never done something like that. So
Mhm.
I think one of the things that happens is that a lot of the people we approach, some have had experience in acting and in radio, but some had no such experience,
Right.
even if they had great jobs. But that's an area they had never touched or been approached to or
Right.
have been asked.
Right.
And so they felt like, I get the feeling that they feel like, okay, this is a new opportunity, a new way to challenge myself,
Right.
which is the kind of person I am. I get bored very easily, which is
I know. I know.
because I like to be doing thoughts, doing something, whether it's with my hands or with my mind. So I like people who are interested in going beyond just what they are doing, for whether that's a job or whatever the case may be.
Right. Yes.
So I like the challenge, and so
Yeah.
I like to challenge others around me as well.
Yeah. I'm the same. I'm the same type of person. Like I can't relax for too long. It's like, okay, I did that. Okay, I'm too comfortable now. Let's go.
Yeah,
I don't want to stay in one area of anything.
yeah.
Mhm.
But you said something about writing, like okay, for Dinah Frampton is coming in and you're actually writing for her. To me, like that is amazing to actually I guess get in that person's mind or that person's character and actually put down things so that they could act out or whatever it is, right? So that's oh gosh.
Well, let me say this. What when we know a person, I mean, Ferdinand Frampton, sorry, is a well-known personality from
Right.
Dominica. All of us, if you're from Dominica and you are above 13 years old, you know who
Oh
Ferdinand
yeah,
is.
for sure.
So we try to actually give people roles that are opposite to their real personality.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
I'll give you this example. The name that shall not be mentioned's wife is one of our biggest characters, and so the character she plays is just, it's an amazing character, but
Indeed.
completely different from the kind of person that she is.
Right.
She's not the kind of person who runs around gossiping about people, or she does her thing and she just but this is a character she plays, and I think what that does is it forces people to dig deep,
Right.
because if we give you a character to play that is exactly your personality, you never act, you just you. But we
Yeah.
want you to act, we want you to dig down, far down,
Right.
and pull out that character and
Right.
say, well, what if I was the opposite of who I am?
Hmm.
So, people who you see playing bad people or mean people, that's the opposite of who the person really is. And that's what I like about the way we write the show, because we're trying to, I guess, get people out of their comfort zone, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also what we have to remember is that the even in the case of Adina, where we wrote the role for her, it was about what I thought she could bring to the role because of the force of her personality. So the character does not necessarily, as Sam says, reflect who they are in real life, but
Right.
it's I know that she's got, she can be very flamboyant, she can, she's very extroverted, so I know that she could bring those qualities to that
Right.
particular role. And it's the same with Tanya. Tanya is very sophisticated, she's very elegant, so I thought that she would be perfect to play the wife of the prime minister
Right.
because she brings those kind of qualities naturally to the
Right.
role. And then you just tweak the characters a little bit because their storylines are very different from whatever is happening in real life, right? So it's
Right.
a fiction. So they have a lot of fun being able to kind of tap into their strengths as well as just kind of stretch themselves and to act in a way that they would not ever behave in that manner in real life. Like,
Mhm.
you claim, for example, that you are not a bad boy. So playing black was a
Yeah.
stretch for you.
Hmm.
I, on the other hand, think you probably tapped into some, inner characteristics and did a fantastic job
Thank
because you
you.
were able to, tap into that as well as to kind of, stretch and expand and be a little bit flamboyant with the role as well. So good job on Black, by the way.
Thank you, and thank you for you know, I don't really want to stay on Fadina and them too long, but
Sure.
like I've told you before, these are two people that played a major part in my career in Dominica. From Clockers days,
Mhm.
I was at DBS Mazolia, just give me an office there because I was always there, right? And to play the role of Black and actually had Tanya Green play my wife, it was like, are you kidding me? So that was pretty awesome. um there's a few characters that I personally love in the road to redemption. um Felix is one of them.
Oh, okay.
um
Hmm,
you know
interesting.
Yeah,
yeah,
very.
I like the pastor, of course.
I
Black.
love the fans. I love Felix, man.
Yeah, I do. um the character of Black, I mean, when we were doing it, I don't really feel like, obviously I'm not getting the whole story. I'm just doing my
Right.
part, right? So, sitting back and actually listening to the entire episodes, it's like I actually like his character. Like, so
There's a lot to like. There's a lot
yeah,
to like. He's
yeah,
very charming. He's
yeah.
very,
He's very charming, very devious, very.
And
So
that
he's a
is
smart
what,
guy.
yeah.
so that brings me to my question. I know you guys are the writers, but do you have a favorite character? Maybe not an actor that plays a role, but like a favorite character in the show.
Yes, I do, but I'll let Sam answer.
Well, the original Black, the first Black, is my favorite character.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
The Black from season one.
Yeah.
I knew he
You
was going to
know,
say that.
actually,
I do it.
I get teased about that all the time.
Oh yeah.
I have one person in particular who says, "What did the person say? Those who disappoint me just disappear."
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But well, what kind of mafia type thing happening inside the house?
But,
Straight
but
up,
yeah,
straight up.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I
So
agree. I agree. Black is an awesome character. So
Yeah.
is Felix Perryman,
Yeah.
and the ladies as well are awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Ma,
I
My
love I love Rita, by the way. Yes.
JL is awesome. I mean, JL just she flaws
yeah,
me with her approach and
Right.
her behavior and the way she comes in. JL is just blunt, so I think she is my favorite character. She just tells you as it is, and if you don't do what JL tell you, well, just know you're gonna get some cool wash.
Yeah. No,
You
she's
know?
very outspoken.
Yeah,
In
JL.
Nigeria.
So
boss.
yeah,
All
those,
what you call
yeah, they
all
kind
kind
of.
of characters.
Mhm.
My favorite is JL because when JL come and tell you something, it's pure blight. What he don't do it is pure blight on you.
I
Tell
would have to
pastor,
say,
tell
yeah,
pastor
Ma,
repent, pastor check in. We usually tell me to repent. Go and take a bath. One time.
I would say my favorite characters, and I have to have characters. I mean, they're all my children in a way, but Ma Rogers,
Oh yes.
Oh, that's
hands
the
down. And yeah, I think she has probably been one of the most popular characters on the show for the last four years or so.
Right.
And Noreen Joseph has made that part her own. I
Right.
mean, I can't imagine recasting that role with anybody else doing it. I mean, she
yeah.
just brings so much Dominican flavor, to that role.
And so
Right.
much
And
professionalism and joy to the role. I mean,
yeah,
it's
she
like,
enjoys that. Yeah.
yeah, she enjoys playing the character and
Right.
she understands the character, and I guess that comes from her experience as an actress,
Right.
and her experience in theater. So, because technically, though it's a radio drama series, you can refer to it as theater.
Right.
So, Mahjong, to be honest, I don't think we can, between Nicole and I don't think we can actually pinpoint a favorite
Favorite
character.
one. Right.
because to me all the characters are great.
Right.
They all have something to say.
Right.
Even Marjan, she seems a little bit country, but Marjan, she good for herself. She just scared of my Rogers, her best friend.
Yeah.
I am
But
definitely more attached to some than others, I would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
So
Marjan is, it's a different character, and I have never actually seen a character like that in a radio drama series in Dominica.
Hmm.
Most of those characters are unique, they are new, and they are fresh. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why people like the show, while viewers like the show
Right.
or listeners.
Novi, Novi, I have a real question because I heard they call her name a very very large name when it comes to drama in Dominica, Noreen Joseph.
Hmm.
How did you land that one? Because me myself checking like y'all would have had to come up with several million pesos. You know what I'm saying? I'm
You
like,
know what?
wow.
I met Noreen here while she was doing some studying at a university here in Canada, and we became friends through that. And when she left, we stayed in touch. And when we had worked together before, when I worked at DBS, and she had actually done some radio drama work for me for something else, another project that I was working on. And she nailed that so easily that when we were creating this, I thought, my goodness, what a coup it would be if I could, you know, convince her to be a part of this. And I guess, again, it's just timing, right? When we approached her, she was not doing anything theatrical, even though she had been involved, I guess, for what, 30 years or more. She's also a cultural officer, I believe. And she was kind of in between things, doing her own business. But she said, okay, send me the script, let me take a look. And when we did that first run through and I heard her read those lines for the first time, and I thought, there she's a consummate professional, and she nailed that character.
Right.
Like that, I just can't, like I said, I can't imagine anybody else playing that character. And you know what? She enjoyed being able to do something theatrical, having been off the stage for so many years.
Hmm.
And she really enjoyed the script, and she enjoyed the message, the
Right.
positive message that was behind it. And that is how we were able to secure her. And I have to also say that last season we got Alma Harris, who is on par with Noreen
Right.
and has, sort of the same number of years in theater in Canada as Noreen does, in Dominica. And the two of them have worked together.
Right.
Noreen and Delia Coffee Weeks have worked together on stage.
Hmm.
So we're finding out as we're bringing them together, they're like, oh, yeah, we were in a play
So
back
the
in Arawak,
the
House of
chemistry is
Culture.
always the chemistry has been there already.
Sorry, say it again.
I said so the chemistry is already there.
Oh yeah, yeah, they have. And I mean, I did not even know that these people had worked together on other productions over the years. And I'm talking about the 70s, the 80s
Oh
in
wow.
some cases. Yeah. And they're so happy to have a chance to work together again,
Right.
because I guess unfortunately things are kind of at a standstill. I don't want to say
Well,
production, culture wise,
hold
Right.
theatrical
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Novi,
on island.
so Novelis, you were able to be on a series with some big names. My brother, congratulations. Congratulations to you, bro. No, 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 trust me. I mean, I did listen to a few episodes, and I can honestly say, one thing I did notice about the series is the intro changed, the intro music changed every season so far. So season one there was more of a suspenseful kind of thing, then an upbeat thing that came up. Then the second season was a little more lively, but still suspenseful. I'm not sure what season three songs like, but I think if the trend continues, I figure you all would have changed the intros up. So like for example, and I have a question to ask based on just having the people that are there now. Nicole, how difficult is it in terms because you have people, I guess, in different locations,
Mhm.
different time zones. How difficult is it to get the recordings done, to get
So
the
I'm
program
actually going
out
to
there?
throw that question to Sam because he is our technical director. So he's better equipped to talk about
Well,
that.
you know, as long as there's good internet, I think um, we get it done. There are times we have difficulties. We just schedule with the actor, and we try to go with their schedule and say, okay, what day or time is convenient for you, and we make ourselves available. Sometimes we have difficulty. Internet, kind of. Breaks up, or so sometimes we have to do more than one take or multiple takes. There are times we have to essentially throw out a first recording and do it over because the day we were doing it, it just wasn't working. And then the next time we come and we try again, everything goes smoothly. So it's just one of those things where um, we just we're taking a chance, especially for people outside the US and outside Canada. um, those are the more difficult ones. The ones in Dominica or the VI, those are the ones that are a little bit more challenging. But nonetheless, we get it to work. Sometimes, actually, we've had to have people record it by themselves and then send us the clips or then send us the recording
Right.
because it was just so difficult, especially in season one. I don't think we had a lot of that in season two. Season three was a little more challenging because of COVID. That was more of a challenge in terms of people's mindset not necessarily being on that.
Yeah, focus.
But nonetheless, our actors came through and delivered. And again, we've said it before, but I'll say it again. We want to thank you guys so much. If whenever any of our actors watch this program, we want them to know how much
Yes,
we appreciate
Right.
yes,
joining us and agreeing to join us and allowing us to hassle them and harass them and
Yeah, hopefully one day we can harass them to come on Dissect too.
come and
So,
record our
oh,
yeah.
nice, nice,
yeah,
nice. Thank you.
exactly. So it's just, even if with those minor challenges, I'd say it was still fun,
Right.
getting it done and then putting everything together.
Nice.
So just to remind viewers, one time, this is Dissect. I am the CEO, and my co-host name is. I
I,
don't say fella's name for them, you know.
oh, okay. I'm
My fella's on
novelist.
screen.
I am novelist. But excuse me. You brought in the difficulty about people being spread out, right? Now both of you guys right. How I want to know how this comes together because you're in Texas, Nicole is in Canada. How do you guys get this story together and put it out there?
Google Docs, man.
Don't put that on speakers, lady.
No, we email back and forth, and we also have a lot of conversations,
Right,
phone conversations, WhatsApp conversations, and we are always tweaking storylines.
right,
So even when sometimes we're still editing things right almost right up to airtime, the month, I would say, not the
right,
actual time. But yeah, so the collaboration, I think, has gotten better over the years. For at first, it was a little strange for me to be writing with somebody else, but
right.
Sam is very creative and he has such a passion
Hmm.
for writing that it was just, I think, it just kind of came together naturally. And I'm sure he's probably got his own take on how he thinks we do.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say. I think they got it down pretty close. We talk all the time, but we've been friends for a very long time.
Right.
Mhm.
first place, which I probably should have. We should have said in the beginning. Um, we've been friends since let's see, Clifton Dupini Community College days,
Okay.
and we hadn't seen each other in years. And thanks to Dr. Fountain for finding Nicole.
Right.
And but yeah, so I think the friendship we've had, I think that also helps us to be able to work together,
Right.
with very little disagreement, I should say.
Hmm.
So we kind of try to split the work and then mix up the writing. So not one person doesn't always write for everybody. We kind
Okay.
of write write certain lines, and then where it needs to fit, it fits. If we need to pull it out from one place and put it somewhere else, it goes. So, but I think we have a good working relationship, and
Right.
it's working with Redemption Road. And um, you know my favorite part about the whole show really is when it all comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
when
course.
when when all the mixing is done, all the editing is done, and you listen to an episode. Someone has told me that they find it difficult to believe that all the actors are not in the same room.
Right.
You know,
Technology.
yeah.
Technology is crazy.
It's technology, and we are
Takes a
technology
lot of
people. So if we can't use the technology to
Right.
to
it's a lot of work though. It's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
I could imagine, and the production team. I guess most of the work is just basically you and Nicole, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
editing, writing, and everything.
yeah, for the
Yeah.
most
So
part, yeah.
I could only imagine. So okay, and this airs in.
Oh, before you go, Novels,
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Clayton
no, no.
Flora is one of our actors, and he is on there. So just want to say good evening, Clayton. Thanks for watching.
All right, thanks for
Hi,
joining us.
Clayton.
Thanks for joining us, Clayton. Hopefully, we can get you on Dissect one day, right?
Clayton is one of our amazing actors, and
Right.
really
Absolutely.
What
one of
and
the
what
best
what
characters.
role what role for the listeners does Clayton plays?
Clayton plays Deacon White.
Okay.
And if you listen to season 1, 2, and 3, you will be very surprised as to what happens to Deacon White
Right.
in season 3. Well, season 2 and 3, I should say. And the thing about it is, when we were preparing, because like every time the season ends, we have an outline. Well, actually, we know when our last season is, so we have the full outline kind of written or mapped out.
Right.
So I told Nicole in season 2, when we were about to write for that, we discussed what are we going to do with Deacon White, because in season 1, Deacon White is a firebrand. He dislikes Felix,
Hmm.
and he wants to get rid of Felix because
Right.
Felix is a bad guy to him.
Yeah.
Felix just you know and so we said, okay, so what would happen if we found out that Deacon White is not such holier than thou,
Right.
not just such a you know how
Righteous character.
yeah, as he purports to be. What
Right.
if he was this kind of guy who actually had flaws and committed sins? What would that sound like?
Yeah.
And so alcoholic Deacon White was born.
Romiel.
And so we just had to, and Clinton was all happy
Right.
about it, because Clinton, I can say that he's watching. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying he's been a Christian for quite a number of years. When he comes on here, he'll tell you how long. So
Okay.
he understands the dynamic of a character like that.
Right.
So he enjoyed playing it. He said, "Ben, when
Very well, very well. Man, I did notice in season 3 there's a lot of twists in a lot of the characters.
Mhm.
Like like you mentioned his secret. We had blacks playing a madman. you know,
No, Black's not playing. Black is a madman.
Excellent job again.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. Black, he's a madman. He just don't know he's a madman.
Yeah, well, hey,
Crazy like a fox.
a madman only know he's mad if you tell him that,
Well,
right?
true.
So, so we're going into season 4,
Mm.
and it airs out in the fall.
Paul. Yeah.
So when does production start?
Well,
Mhm.
we started.
Yeah.
Script is about 70%
Oh,
done.
right,
And yeah, we've already started laying down the actors' lines.
right.
So at this process, what we're doing right now is we're finalizing the script, identifying the cast,
hmm
and starting to get the voice acting recorded.
Okay,
And yeah. So it's a whole year production when you think about it. And I think I should mention also that we tend to write the script about 6 months to a year prior to its airing date. So, for example, season 5, we've already started work on that.
nice.
So, yeah, I hope that wasn't a secret, right?
No,
So
I mean, yeah, we try to kind of be ahead, and again, I think a lot of that has to do with both of our schedules and so forth. I mean, so we try to sort of put it in a way where we are not late for our season, and
Right.
we always
and
want to be on time, and so
and
um,
I'm always inspired after listening to the previous season. Once episode 8 wraps,
Right.
ideas are already firing off.
yeah,
How to continue the storylines.
Yeah,
even
that's
while
that,
this season
that,
is going on.
that was actually going to be my next question. Do you get inspired and motivated by, like, the previous season? So
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
Hmm.
So, well, not me directly, but let's say I'm on the outside. I'm interested in this. I wanted to be, an actor, or maybe I wanted to be in a drama series. How do I get in? How do I get on to Redemption?
Mm.
Ha.
Is
I guess you find one of us.
Yeah.
so
You
so
I
reach
have
out.
to say that it's not guaranteed
Yeah.
that
right,
yeah,
right.
yes.
But so it's
But
just that it's that easy, call up Nicole Georges or look you up or
no,
up Sam.
Uh,
Not
no,
that easy.
no. I mean, I think I'm a pretty I'm trying to think of a nice control freak. Yeah.
Right.
So, but no, I think if anyone is actually interested and you're able to reach out to either one of us, whether you inbox us via Facebook or you know me personally and you want to give me a call, I definitely would want to give you the opportunity to hear, to audition for a role
Right.
and to see if it's a good fit because there are people I think the wonderful thing about the production is that we have people at different levels of
hmm
skill. So we've got your very mature seasoned professionals like Noreen and Ama,
Right.
and Clayton and these guys, Delia, Ron Deschamps, who's of
hmm.
course Felix Berman, and then we've got people who have come very new into this type of medium. So like
Right.
Sam's wife, who's done such a wonderful job with the role of Mahjong Teresa,
Right.
and yeah, and some other people who have not done this type of work before,
Which it took
but
me a
they're
year to convince her to even try
Right.
one.
I gotta give her a call, because I actually want to do something next 2 years. So I probably
why.
give her a call.
We love that.
If you take him a year, it might take me two, right?
so so I have so novelist, you've given all the softball questions.
Oi.
Now
Okay.
I'm about to hit a
Yes.
controversial
Yeah.
one. I'm going to ask a controversial one.
Yes, Jackie
So
Ask
Robinson.
who exactly?
no, it's not at who. I have the two creators of Redemption Road. And I was listening to the program. Um and are you so have you been told or has anybody approached you guys and said this reminds me of a situation that happened in such and such place at such and such time in such and such ways before, and if yes, what has been your reaction to them? Because I remember earlier on, before you came on, Sam, I was talking to Nicole and I was recounting that a lot of what, especially from the first two seasons that went on with the pastor, Felix, it reminded me of a particular situation that happened in a particular area, in a particular church setting, which sounds very similar to what's going on in your play in this program. So my question is, how much of the script is based off these types of stories? Is it a lot, or is it just stuff you guys come up with because you figure it happens anyway?
Would you like me to answer that, or
I'll say this. We have a disclaimer at the end of every episode which says what you heard, even if it sounds like it is familiar or it is real, it is not.
Right.
It's just coincidence that it sounds that way.
You say the same
But
thing.
yeah, I mean, seriously, we all know of maybe situations. I can't say that I personally know of any of those kinds of situations,
Right.
but I can't say Nicole does either. But I'll speak for myself. A lot of that is stuff that we know happens. And
Right.
so most of it is, I'd say 90% of it is creative license. So, it may be a story we heard somewhere,
A little twist in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, you know, but I can't, unlike NBC's, what they call it, SVU, we cannot say that it comes straight from the headlines,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But yeah, so most of it, a lot of it is creative licensing and imagination. So we
Right.
just, we go with that based on the realities of life,
Mhm.
the things that happen around us, even things that happened while we were growing up or while we were at church. It just, things we've seen, some things we take and we just make it into a story or, you know, I mean, a lot of that stuff. That's why the main village it happens in Dominica is fictional, because we knew we were going to write some crazy stuff,
Right.
and making sure that things like that have never happened in Dominica. Dominica has never had a PM like Black, so
True.
maybe we will someday, but
I hope not.
no?
Boy, boy,
because
Sam,
they say life
boy,
imitates art, right? So
Right.
boy.
I hope that's
Oh,
wrong, but
hold on, I tend to disagree with you. I
Oh,
tend to disagree
right.
with
no,
you.
no, no.
I don't know. No. I think Dominica has had a prime minister that bears similarities to Black,
Papa met
but
during
I
the
don't go that
Coincidence. Coincidence.
I don't go that call
Coincidence.
names. I out of that.
we are
I
not
don't think that.
lawyers, so
I'm
I hope
telling you.
But you see again, but watching one of the comments, Clayton said, there's a lady who listens to Road to Redemption on Kyrie FM at 5 p.m. on Sundays, who told him she never misses an episode. So that means Road to Redemption has boy has diehard fans like Bruce Willis in the place. So that means it must
And
be a good. It must be a good. It must be good. I mean, it wouldn't have been, because based on what novelists told me that this is one of the biggest hits to come
bro,
out of the TDN family
bro,
besides Island Therapy.
the show besides
Uh, and after lunch mix, eh? Just saying. Just saying.
no, it has grown, and the fact that Clayton said that, I was gonna call him Felix for some reason. The fact that Clayton said that, it 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 it, it kind of triggers a question, because season one it was only on TDN radio, correct? And Life
TDN
101
Radio and Life. Well, it was on TDN Radio, Life
and Life
101,
101.
and Dayak FM in Guadeloupe.
Okay, and season two and three has grown beyond that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I don't want to make this interview about me, but I had an incident. I went to the grocery store. Season two was it was the end of season two. I went to the grocery store, and walking out of the grocery store, my heart jumped. because in the corner of my eyes, I saw a picture of me on the newspaper. And then I turned around and it was my picture on the newspaper. And I believe the lady next to me was Lucy Hamlet in that picture.
Hmm.
So we have gone from TDN radio to Kyrie 101. Where else?
We're also on Q95 FM. We are on Voice of Life. These are the Dominican stations, and
Right.
and last year we joined the Kyrie family.
Mhm.
We are also in St. Kitts on Royal Central Praise FM.
Yeah.
We are in Montserrat on Radio Montserrat. We are in GM. Sorry, Sam, take over.
Yeah, actually, we are on quite a few stations that we can't even remember all the names, which is probably a bad thing. But don't worry, I know who you are. We
Right.
have you all signed the broadcast license agreement, so don't worry, don't think we forget you. But yeah,
Oh, and CIUT right here in Toronto.
In Toronto.
yeah. So we have quite a few stations that have picked up the program, pick up the
Right.
show, and um, what we actually do is because it's a TDN Radio Life 101 radio production,
Hmm.
the series it premieres on those stations along with Gayak FM, which is also a station Clayton works on in
Right.
Guadeloupe.
Okay.
And so it airs on those three simultaneously. And then after the season, our partner stations um, are allowed to
Yeah.
schedule each new season. The new season. And what the lady is telling him is we get those all the time. People
Yeah.
keep constantly asking when is the next season or when
Yeah.
is the next, or they can't wait for the next episode.
Right.
Um, uh,
And they get very upset when there's program rescheduling.
they almost cut off Anthony's head recently for pushing back their repeat of Redemption Road.
Oh gosh.
That was a bad night, man.
It
That
is
was a
that
bad
serious.
night.
It
Yeah,
is that.
we do a repeat on after this weekend interview on Wednesdays,
Right.
and some people were not happy with Anthony one time because he had a 2 hour this weekend interview,
Right.
and people were
We were texting, and oh my goodness, boy, we take some time.
wow.
Eh?
It's a good thing he was far away,
Right.
they don't know where
Yeah,
he is. They were in
That
studio.
is that is serious.
Hold on,
very
hold on.
serious.
So to Mr. Drygo, please do not, I repeat,
Don't
do
do it
not
again.
push back them people thing, brother. Them people call my brother, you causing riot around the world, brother. Let me
Oh,
tell the
I
thing.
think he learned that. He learned that.
Wow.
I am not
Yeah,
doing that again. Never.
yeah. But
but
but but on a real though, but on a
but it's
real,
humbling. I must say that it is
Yeah. Yeah.
humbling.
That's
To see that. And for me especially because Nicole had other things written and even published. But that was the first thing that I had actually written on that the public had a chance to ingest.
right.
I mean, I've written lots of things, and I have lots of stuff that I've written that hasn't even gone in.
You just can't finish like them calypso songs.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
but
so this was the first thing that actually people have a chance to digest that I
Yeah.
have a hand in, and it humbles me to
Mhm.
see that people are actually enjoying it and people are embracing it, and it has a good and powerful message, which
Right.
is the ultimate goal. Despite the entertainment aspect of it, there is a message that we do want people to grasp
Right.
that redemption is on the way. There's a road to redemption.
Indeed.
wow.
CEO had a question.
Yes.
I didn't really have a question because basically the question I was about to ask
Yes.
Apparently, Sam did the nose thing and took in front, so it's cool.
You
It's
on your
cool.
front nose. I never seen those behind, you know.
But my brother, if I those end up at the back, then you know your face back to front, you know.
You looking the wrong
You
way.
know, yeah, man, you definitely looking it the wrong way. But and I was we were talking about challenges of production and even heads clashing. Um, has there been times when you guys recording that you would have really clashed with people? Because I know sometimes a partner on the screen there, his head can be very hard, eh? You know, he has talking about already. I wouldn't call novel listening, but like has there been situations where like you're recording and you all had a specific way you wanted this stuff to go and an actor just came and just totally threw it off, like just threw it
Oh,
off
wow.
because they didn't want to follow the directional instruction of the director. Has that ever happened to you all during this series that caused any turmoil during the production? And this is away from the technical side of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about just acting wise. Because you know some people have egos, they don't want to follow rules.
Actually, no. And
Wow.
I haven't as well. I would say that. I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
no, it's okay, Nicole. No, I would say because we actually give our actors um, license, if you will,
Leeway.
to sort of take the character or how where they feel, because we may write something in a particular way, but then when the actor comes and looks at it, they may not necessarily say something that way. So we try to make it easy for the person to fit into the character where so whether it's a term, a word, or a phrase, or the manner in which you're saying whatever is easier. And especially we incorporate a lot of Creole into the show, so sometimes we end up with an actor who can't speak Creole or who's not very good at speaking Creole,
Right,
so we just tell them, well, say it in English.
right,
So, whereas some people sometimes, if something is written in English, they may end up saying it in Creole because it sounds so much better, or patois for that matter. If certain things sound juicier when you say them in
Oh,
in Creole.
patois
Oh yes, oh
are
yes.
oh
spoken
yes.
in English.
Right,
So I can't. We've not had any issues with any of our actors. They've all been great. They've all been really professional and really accommodating. And we try to work with them so that we avoid those kinds of issues. And people generally come humble.
right,
And I think it's the way both Nicole and I approach it. We give you an opportunity to make the character yours.
right,
Nice, 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 nice.
Nicole?
And I want to say too that because we deal with so many people who have experience
Mhm.
in acting and in theater, they know how to behave.
right,
You know what I mean? So they're very respectful. Even when they have a script change that they want to suggest, it's not a question of, oh well, you need to change this to that.
right,
Or,
Yeah,
or I can't say it this way. They always say, they try to be much more cooperative.
yeah,
So they will say something to the fact of, I really don't feel like the character would say this line with this tone, or the way this is phrased or it's worded, it doesn't really seem to work
yeah,
with the character's personality. Can I change it too? May I
right,
change it too?
yeah,
right,
So I've had people send me back script lines with their suggested changes.
right.
So I would say that where the clash comes, if such a thing ever occurs, it's probably more with me than, no, it's honestly, I might have a moment where I'll be like, that line is perfectly written for this character, like
Yeah.
how dare they? And then I,
but
common
she
sense
said that
kicks
to
in.
herself.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not stupid. So common sense kicks in, and I look and I take a second look, and I'm like, they are absolutely right.
Yeah,
And because they have the experience and I don't, I
Right.
listen.
Yeah.
So
Right,
it's a growing process for me as well. So
right, right,
yeah,
right.
so if I would say if there's any sort of fly in the ointment, it's probably just more me than anything else. So
Nice.
Nice.
Mm.
Any more questions, Mr. CEO?
But why everybody watching me now? Because I come with the hard
But
hitting.
you see, you have had ball, my
You
brother.
know what I
Jackie
mean? I did with my
Robinson,
So,
bad red
No,
hair.
no.
swing out of the park.
Well, hold on. I about to swing out of the park. So now, there is somebody sitting there on the screen there that is a very talented singer. I want to know why we haven't heard an album from them. And Sam, I know I haven't heard you sing, so I know it's not you.
oh
So,
no,
You don't
trust
know?
me,
You don't know?
I can't sing to save my life, boss.
but no, it has
How do
somebody
you know?
there. It has somebody there. I catch them on video. You check the other day in their church. They don't know why I get the little clippings, and I catch them singing. I want to know how come we haven't gotten a a some sort of musical vibe, a single, a properly recorded single from you,
Mhm.
Miss Georges. I
Oh, wow.
landing now. I landing now.
Well, that's maybe because the CEO has not stepped up to me and offered to produce my single. So, I just waiting for things to happen. Know what I'm
Hold on,
saying?
hold on, hold on. Wait a while. So that is what it is. Management, novelist, work that up. Novelist, we'll get back to you on that.
you see, you see, I
I
disappear off the
waiting.
screen for a second.
I
I
Yeah.
remember.
I try to avoid certain things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yo,
I know.
yo.
See,
Mix me.
But thank you
I'm
for
a
the
writer,
compliment. Thank you for the
so
Yeah,
compliment,
no.
and it's
It's really good. It's really good.
thank you for the compliment. And whenever I sing, it's to the glory of God. So I sing mainly in church. So
Yeah, man.
Right.
No,
But
no.
you,
Trust me.
I,
She has some pipes there. She has some
no,
pipes.
she could definitely sing. I will say I'll put it out there. I'll put myself out there. Look out in the future, you'll hear something with Nicole and Novelist. Put it out there.
wow.
mm.
Okay,
So
about
So
to
I
drop
guess I guess
people.
I guess no, no, Sam, you notice I tried to put pressure on one. No, two of them turned the tables back on
no,
me.
no.
Come
So
on, it's
hey,
cool.
listen,
It's
listen.
cool.
Everybody
It's cool.
here, everybody on here is TDN family. Okay,
Yeah, man.
Okay,
we're a team.
No, wait.
I not gonna let nobody clothesline somebody and I don't step in front there. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Newton,
But
I come out here. Yeah.
we, my brother, boo, you see, we were having such a professional
I
style
know,
thing
right?
going on a while ago, and then yeah, the Balkasi just had to come out.
I know.
But again,
so
but anyway, this is Dissect. We're on TDN TV right now. If anybody who's watching has any questions for the cast, I think Clayton had a question, which, because my reading sometimes goes off. But Clayton asked, can any one of you remember the radio drama serials, sorry, on radio before, like Clayton's Place?
Peyton's place or Clayton's
Clayton.
place?
Clayton's. You see what I mean? You see,
Clayton's place.
I know my tongue was gonna get tired.
I
Yeah,
know Peyton's place.
I don't
No,
think
well,
I
Clayton's
remember
Place.
that one in particular, but definitely we remember the radio drama series from back in the day, and that, like Nicole said at the beginning, was one of the motivations for producing Redemption Road,
Right.
because it was just, hey, you know what? Things like that are not happening, no longer happening on radio, especially Dominican radio. So let's do something about it. And since TDN Radio or TDN Network originates and everyone else duplicates,
Mm-hmm.
we're hoping that this will motivate people to actually, and I think a few people have started to produce their own programs on other stations. I think I heard something on another station that's original to that station. It's not
Right.
as big as Redemption Road yet, but maybe if they continue producing it, it'll grow as well. So we're hoping that this is one thing that people will copy and
Right.
continue, because we kind of want to start a movement.
Right.
Yes, and it doesn't have to be around Christianity or around um, the gospel or anything like that. It can be whatever topic you choose.
Right.
But that's the idea, or one of the hopes that will come out of the production of Redemption Road.
Mm-hmm. So
Novelist,
with
I have a
with
question before. You want to
Go ahead.
jump first?
Go ahead.
Because I have a deadly question to ask right there now.
Go ahead, Jackie.
So, Jackie Chan then.
Jackie Robinson, boy, out the park. Go.
All right, so here's the question of the question to the question.
Hmm.
After you all have done all 6 seasons of Redemption Road,
My friend, 5 seasons. I don't know where you're going with six.
sorry, I don't know. I probably prophesy in a 6 1 in
No, sir.
advance.
Not with this coconut.
Well, you might. So no, but this is what I'm saying. After you all have done the entire series, are you by any chance looking at doing anything visual with it? That's one. And two, can we all after this, after Redemption Road is done, can we expect another Redemption Road type production out of the TDN family?
Who knows? Anything is possible. But definitely, we are hoping to see um, a visual production, audio visual production of version of Redemption Road, whether that's a TV series or movie or whatever.
Mhm.
We're certainly hoping and open to that. Very open, I should say, and very much hoping that things come to that direction. But yeah, and who knows? Maybe one of you other guys will come up with something, another type of production that we can keep the tradition going. You know, who knows? I see a finger in the
Yeah,
air.
that the guy up there, the guy up there.
I
But
don't
why
know
is
if that person is saying me or he's pointing to somebody else.
the,
But
the
man
guy, the
the man
Wolverine.
you see the boy I know it's not the boy was trying to do the boy was trying to hit me a slight tackle there. I catch
who,
it, I
you know,
catch
but
it. I
yeah,
caught it.
yeah,
I caught it.
we'll see what
Nice.
happens.
Novelist, your question, sir.
But
Well,
mhm.
we are looking forward to the next season. I'm definitely looking forward to listening to it. Hopefully, I don't have to call Mr. Drygo and tell him get off the air.
Boy,
But
boy.
what can we expect in the next season? And I'm just gonna put two questions in one and make it the last question. What can we expect in the next season, and when? Like, is there a date when the next season comes starts?
typically the season premieres in the second week of October, so it's always the fall,
Fall season, right?
and it's always the second week. As to what date that is, I haven't looked it. We haven't looked it up yet, but it definitely will be a Sunday
Right.
because we always premiere. So generally, we premiere on the second Sunday.
Sunday in October. Okay.
As for Nicole, you want to put the
Yes,
first
Nico.
part of
What
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 to
what
expect?
can we look forward to in the next season?
So I have a tagline for you. Power Man is coming to town.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Power
It
So
is
man.
we,
A
we just
superhero?
we're just gonna leave it like that.
offsets.
that's my tagline.
Yeah, we'll leave it that.
That's my
Yo,
tagline.
yo.
Well,
Yeah,
That's it.
Nico.
yeah. Just look out
That's it,
for
man.
drama. Look out for interesting things happening in Dominica.
Suspense,
Our
drama,
favorite Dominica, by the
romance, action,
Madness.
jail.
Yeah.
It's all in Redemption Road.
Ask Pujel. I don't ask Pujel.
way. That
Myself.
craziness will certainly be on display.
Right.
Oh
Drama,
gosh.
drama, drama.
Yeah.
The road to redemption. Well, Nicole, Sam, I would like to thank you guys for joining us tonight. It was
Thank
very
you so much.
interesting. It was very interesting, very informative. And I mean, I know a little bit more about Nicole now. More things under my belt. So, yeah, thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully we could do this again, right?
Well, anytime. It was my pleasure. Thanks for asking me or inviting me to come on Dissect for the second time. I appreciate the
Shh.
sometimes
Sam just broke a record there, boy.
yeah, it's nice to be on
For,
the other side. Sometimes.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Yeah, but Sam, before you leave, anything coming up on your program for this week that we should pay
Well,
attention to that you know
uh,
of yet?
well, I would probably say my guest at the top of the 11 o'clock hour will be Miss Jolly. I can't even I forget her first name, but she started a sort of Dominican market called Buy Dominica.
Right.
So she'll be joining me on FYI well, next Friday,
Right.
to talk about that and the purpose and everything like that. She would have joined me last this week, but because of the storm in Texas and so forth, we had
Right.
some power issues, so we couldn't do the
Right.
show um, this Friday. But yeah, we should be on this weekend.
All right.
Right. All right, Sam. So thanks again, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one. And Loveless, you have something for me that I'm looking forward to you finishing.
We Poche.
Yeah.
You, yeah, don't worry. I haven't forgotten.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO is. All
All right, guys. Have a good
All
one.
right. All right, you too,
right.
guys.
Take care.
All right. Yes, ladies
Uh,
and gentlemen, that was Nicole Judges and, of course, the man Sam George, TDN family. That was the Road to Redemption, which you could definitely look out for in the come going into what we call the fourth season, and it comes in the second week of October. So that'll be the second Sunday of October. All right. Um, before we leave, next week's show, I guess I'll be. Well, I'm never on my own. I always got people have my back. But
my brother, what are you talking about? You'll be on your own. You're
but
not going to be on
anyway,
your own. I'll be here. I'll
you'll
be
be here.
there.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
I'll be there.
So next week's show, we will have the man Joe P. We will definitely have the man Kofi RSB band right here on Dissect with us. So
Nice.
next week Saturday, man, 6:30 p.m.,
Nice.
6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. right here on TDN TV.
Right. I have to say, let me.
Your
Good night, Mashapa. What's up?
your partner, your partner to comment. I waited. We waited.
We
Comment.
waiting for the comment. We waiting for the comment. Comment. We there. Because no, it's two of us that they know. But yeah, let me just say, don't forget to keep tuning into TDN Radio. Keep supporting. Very soon you'll be getting the after lunch merch, the Dissect merch. If just to give us some support so that we can keep this thing going.
Right.
Thank you, Risa, for the comment and the compliment.
Yes, Risa,
Uh,
and we coming for you just now. Yeah. hmm She's part of Redemption. So
CEO novelist knows something I don't know.
we
Oh
watch.
gosh,
I find
uh,
that show too. They have a lot of drama.
I find we,
big up,
boy.
big up my partner, Crab Shopper. Of course, TDN family, and you could find him every Friday with DJ
The
Blacks
blacks.
doing Free Up Fridays on TDN Radio. And then
Great.
you can catch me and him on Saturday from 11 a.m. till the hour 3 p.m. when we do what
Yeah,
we
man.
call Island Therapy Show and the Boom Blast.
Let me
Right?
tell you that now. You all better tune in, especially on Friday night, because let me tell you that them boys is mash up, mash up, mash up, mash up.
Yeah,
But then
I think
again, they just mash up, or does mash up after I mash up before Song Vibes try to repair the traffic. But we're not getting into that. Anyway, don't forget to join me, the CEO, every weekday from 2 to 5 p.m. on the After Lunch Mix. Interesting stuff coming up. And by the way, novelists, I just have to say something. I would like to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting the Virus Rhythm, which was put out by Skyo Beats, for supporting my song in particular, the Giovanni Music, Sweet Wine. I have gone past 1,000 views, which I am honored to say that I could do as artist, and I am thankful and very humble that for the support. Thank you for supporting this
so.
show. Thank
Tell
you for
tell
supporting us.
tell the people that have not heard it or have not supported where they can find it.
So basically, you could find it on YouTube. DJ, you go onto DJ Easy's page and just search for the Virus Rhythm. You'll see the entire track list. You'll get the entire track list, which includes Naije, who is a very young artist coming up with a song Resilient Bumper Girl. We have a guy who did a very lovely praise song called Give Thanks called Ty. We have Aras Coco, with Let Her Go. We have Classic with Doghouse. We have Mr. Vampy with Sharing the Love. We have who am I missing? I know I'm missing some. I know I'm missing a meal. I know I'm missing a meal. I'm missing a
Well,
meal.
just go definitely check out the Virus Rhythm
Yeah,
on YouTube. We
the
will see you guys
virus.
next week
The
right here on
virus.
TDN
Yeah,
TV.
man.
You guys have a pleasant week, all right? CEO Novelist out.
Out.